Hello, this is my story. I was married 35 years, and I say was because my husband passed away. We were married March 11, 1983, and he died October 4th, 2018. He died of cancer, bladder cancer to be exact. He went to the hospital because he had a hernia, and they wanted to do an x ray, and they saw a mass on his bladder. And you know, anytime you go to the hospital and they say, we see something, specifically a mass, you kind of look startled, like, what do you mean? That was the first thing I said. What do you mean? You see a tumor? And she said, well, I can't say what it is, but I'm going to send you to an oncologist. That was January 1st, 2017. He went to emergency New Year's Eve and rolled over into New Year's Day. And by the 4th of January, I believe it was on the 4th, he went to the oncologist. They did some testing, and they came back and said it was cancer. And we went back and forth on whether he should get treatment or not. He didn't want treatment. Of course, I wanted treatment because I wanted him here, and I felt that with no treatment, he would be gone. And it's always hard when you're doing that because as time progressed, and I don't want to jump ahead in the story, but as time progressed, you look back and you think, before he found out he had cancer, he was fine. It was only when he started getting the treatment that he wasn't fine anymore. So you wonder, it's been a rough road. My husband and I met when I was 7 years old. First day I saw him as a little girl, I said, ooh, that's going to be my boyfriend, because I had an older sister, and the guy he was with, she said it was her boy. That's going to be my boyfriend. I'm like, well, that's going to be my boyfriend. And we went through most of our life just like that. Somewhere in between, we kind of broke up when I was in middle school and he went to high school, but then we got back together. So we were together all of our life. My only boyfriend, only person I've ever had sex with. And so it's a rough story because he literally was my everything. We did everything together. We talked on the phone all day when we weren't together. He went to work, I went to work. We'd call on lunch breaks, on the 15-minute breaks, he was seriously my best friend. We talked about everything, even the rough times in the marriage, and there were only a couple. We were able to overcome those because we were very, very good friends, and we could literally talk about anything. So when cancer came, I remember where I was when he called me up and said the doctor called and said it's cancerous. And we had a lot of hope. Oh, we had a lot of hope. We just knew that he was going to overcome this. People were praying all over the place and sending me messages and calling us and praying, and churches praying, but none of that worked. And when he died, I felt like I died with him. And that's where the struggle is now. Because you go through, I did, I can't speak for everyone. I'm going through major depression. Um, I will be getting counseling, but it's a rough road. It's a very, very rough road. But I'll be jumping all over the place because that's just how I talk. So we went to my elementary school together and middle school. By the time I got to middle school, he was out because he was 2 years older than me. So he had went to high school. So that's when the little breakup happened or whatever. It wasn't really a breakup. We just kind of, he went on and I was still a kid. So I wasn't really, I was into my girlfriends. We were hanging out, trying to hang out and go to basement parties and all of that. So it wasn't really a boy thing for me. And then the summer I was getting ready to go to high school was when he came back in the picture, which he lived right across the street from me, so I saw him every day. So to not have him here in my life now is devastating for me, absolutely devastating. I wake up sometime and the anxiety hit me so hard that I literally have to make myself breathe, because anxiety, I never had anxiety, I've never had depression, but it hit so hard that I just, it's hard. It's just hard. I'm not taking any medication for it. I think one day I will, if need be. I hope I won't. I don't really like taking medication, but the way I'm feeling now, it's a possibility that I will. We have 2 children, 32 and 33, and we have 10 grands. And so, giving up is not an option. I want to be with him so bad. It hurts. It physically hurts. And so I'm fighting. I'm fighting tooth and nail to literally pull myself up out of this depression. Sometimes I say it feels like I'm just crawling on cement, just like instead of walking a mile, I'm crawling a mile and just dragging myself. It's a rough road. It is a rough road. I have the greatest support system. I have so many friends and family just call me and check on me and what can I do and let's do this and but sometimes I get in my room and I just close the door and I just moan and cry and moan and cry, and it's rough. It's absolutely rough trying to live when you've lost the best part of you. He really was the best part of me. And just trying to find, and I know that probably sounds weird to people and whatever, but I know what I know. And wow, he was just an awesome, awesome guy. And it was like, I remember getting married and it was like me and him against the world. And that's how we lived our life. That's how we lived our life. And so I just like talking about him and sharing what I'm going through, because a lot of people are going through and a lot of people don't like to share. I've realized that a lot of people don't express themselves, and I'm very expressive. So I will tell my story little by little. You all have a good day, and I'm going to try to also.